report because I happen to be a member of this committee. Madam Speaker, we all remember that this Honorable House passed a regulation on bursary. And that regulation requires that we have a county bursary committee. So, Madam Speaker, I would just request the honorable members of this House to pass the report so that we can have these nominees in office, so that we can pave way for issuance of bursaries, Madam Speaker. Again, Madam Speaker, when we were vetting these nominees, the information, as you have read in the report, the CEC or the Department of Education.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Point of information.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish to raise on standing order number 27 to request extension of time, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that aware that standing order number 27(2) provides that the Speaker shall interrupt business at 12:30 p.m. for the morning sitting. Aware that standing order number 27(3) provides that the House may resolve to extend its sitting time. Aware that standing order number 27(4) requires motion to extend sitting time to be moved at least 30 minutes before the time appointed of adjournment. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the motion that the House resolves to extend its sitting time until the end of business. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I would request Honorable Constance Mbula to second my motion, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mita. Honorable Constance Mbula.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand.
Let me just have that motion which you've just read, Honorable Mita. All right, so members, because this is a motion that has come in the middle of a debate, let's hear what it is about. Members, I'm proposing the question that under Standing Order number 27, Suborder 2, this House discusses and approves that it extends its sitting time so that it can resolve on the matter that is on the table. Members, can we have comments on that particular motion? Extension of time, sitting time. Understanding Order 27. Honorable Katumo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think I support that motion because what we are having in the floor of the House, we are discussing a very important motion, a report in terms of try to bring in and establish that county bursary committee, which is very important for the bursaries. And I think from where I sit, it's my thinking that the bursaries has not been availed because we don't have that. Because it's a legislation that we meant, and it was a non-device given by our authorities to make sure that we are compliant. And I think having that county committee, it is very important. And therefore, this debate should continue to conclusion. And therefore, the extension of time is quite in order. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ketumo. Any other member who has any contrary opinion? So, Honorable members, I now put the question that under Standing Order 27, this House discusses and resolves to extend its sitting time until the business on the table is finalized. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. So, honorable members, time is extended. Honorable Ndawa, you can proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm on my second point, and my second point was that during the interrogation, when the documents were brought, there are some information which we are not availed. So that is why we wrote so many letters to request for the information to be availed. Madam Speaker, I want to report to this House that we went through the documents, the academic and all other documents, and we found that these nominees are suitable for the task we are talking about. The other issue that we considered, Madam Speaker, is the distribution of the members, and we came to find out that these 9 nominees are drawn from the now 9 sub-counties. So each sub-county in Machakos County has a member in this board. So
Do we
Madam,
have 9 or 8 sub-counties?
we have 9 because of Kalama.
Or you considered Kalama?
Yes, Madam
All right,
Speaker.
all right.
So every sub-county is well represented. So Madam Speaker, I want to urge and request the honorable members to accept and to agree with the report of the Committee on Education. Thank you, Madam
Thank you,
Speaker.
Honorable Ndawa. Honorable members. Oh, we have any other Honorable Mita? Honorable Johanna, did you want to say something? All right, Honorable Mita first.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I also want to applaud the committee for coming up with this report, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have only one concern on the mandate of this committee, Madam Speaker. Under C, one of the mandates is raise monies for the fund, Madam Speaker. I'm not getting it right how this committee will be mandated to raise funds, Madam Speaker, because I believe there are channels through which the county can raise funds, Madam Speaker. And if at all the committee is supposed to raise some funds, Madam Speaker, I think my feeling is that it needs to be very clear, well defined,
Point of information.
to what extent the committee can raise funds. Again, Madam Speaker, matters related to funds, this House is the one which has authority, Madam Speaker, to approve how the funds can be utilized. Madam Speaker, my feeling is that maybe we need, I have a feeling that we need to get more information, either from the chair or the committee or from the executive, to what extent this committee is supposed to operate. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Point of information on the same.
I'm sure, thank you, Honorable Mita. Honorable Ndawa, you must be referring to the regulations as passed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you need to do, and I appreciate that issue raised by Honorable Mita, it's a bit unclear because any member can go around holding a bucket or a plate. Please give money for the
That is
fund.
information I want to
That's
give.
not what we intended.
Yeah.
But time may be that the House may need to review that particular clause. Because I'm also not sure how it went on the oversight of the funds raised by this House. It could be considered in a proper forum of the House. Are we getting it? Yeah, it's already a legislation that is passed. So if it is to be changed, it has to come again to this House. And Honorable Mita, maybe you could lead that effort, perhaps through the Honorable Kilo's committee. You can raise it up with him. They see if we need to recall the regulations and amend as necessary. Is that okay?
More information, Madam Chair.
More information, Honorable Ndawa.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I've also noted the concern of the member, and it was also raised by Honorable Kalumu. Madam Speaker, I would wish to request the House to substitute that word with request. The board will be requesting for funds.
Is that what the regulations say?
Yes, not sourcing.
Can we have the regulations, because we need to be guided? There's already existing a legislation. So maybe if it was wrong capturing of what the regulation says, we can correct it here. If it is citing the regulations as they are, then that is a point for amendment of the regulations. Table clerk, we need that. As we go on, we need to confirm that position. We had Honorable Johanna wanting to submit. Let's have the regulations urgently.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Honorable Johanna, now representing the great people of Mututuni. Madam Speaker, I stand to support this report on the vetting of the 9 nominees for the appointment to the position of the County Bursary Committee. Madam Speaker, I am totally in agreement with some of the speakers that the nomination was, that is, it considered whatever has also been cited in the legislation which guides on the nomination of such nominees in terms of gender representation. That was well considered. Also the regional representation. And again, I have also seen that in terms of the faith, it also tried to consider the different divergences of faiths. Madam Speaker, as I echo also the issue touching on the raising of funds, I still want to insist, because it is coming up even from the bills we are passing in this House, that as we come up with very nice bills, very nice acts, which call for taking care of our people in terms of empowering them. We strongly sit as a House, or even the executive, to ask ourselves on the sources of funding. Just to quote on a bill which I'm sure I'm not diverting from the business of the day, which you are conducting public participation on, for example, the senior citizen and how to fund them. The question has always been, are we ready to raise funds? So it is my prayer that any fund we discuss here, our main question should always start with which are the possible sources of funds. With the bursary, we have been getting some challenges in terms of consistencies, in terms of the poverty levels. We have a high demand in terms of the school-going children and the level of poverty in our county, that we have very needy cases, and whatever we are giving out really is not assisting our people. It is not impacting as required. So I would suggest that we sit as a county and ask ourselves on how to raise funds to cater for education of our children, so that this committee, as it commences its operations, it is also empowered, it has resources, it can sit frequently and pass and distribute monies to our children, so that it is not just there to be seen. It is there to work and serve our people. So, Madam Speaker, I want to really say that I appreciate the good work done by our committee in the vetting of this team, and it is my prayer that very soon we are going to witness it doing its first sitting to distribute bursaries, especially maybe in the next 1 month, because we have a lot of, that is, the outcry there is very loud in terms of now children who are sitting idle at home without attending schools. And given that the ministry's directive is 100% transition to Form 1, and given that the current curriculum, the calendar of the current curriculum, which was distorted due to COVID-19, where terms are now separated by a week, holidays of 1 week. It is really very messy, and there is need for us to address this with the urgency it deserves. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I support.
Thank you, Honorable Johanna, Honorable Majority Leader. I'll come to you, Honorable Kilo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Let me also applaud the committee on education for the good work they have done. Madam Speaker, these members, I can see they are all qualified. That's why I'm saying the committee did a very good job. But Madam Speaker, what I'll say is now we have this committee of these members, the Ambassador Committee. They should now do a proper and a clear mapping to know exactly how many school-going children we have in the county, because that can be lacking. And I think this committee is going to do a good job. Madam Speaker, this committee must also raise a concern about the amount we are getting in our county from the executive. And indeed, if they consider what we are being receiving, I think we have been receiving very, very little towards the bursary. Madam Speaker, it happened that during the recess I went to Lucana to do something, which I was doing, and then it happened I interacted with one of the members, two of them, and I wondered, Madam Speaker, whether we are living the same world. The bursary in Turkana, they are taking kids from nursery school, standard 1, all the way to university. Then I asked them about the law, about educating at the university. They said, for them, they are educating the kids free. And whoever wants to know much, you can talk with the people of Turkana. You can talk with the speaker, Madam Speaker. I'm talking a reality which I have not seen. From standard 1 to university, free education in Turkana. And I think this committee which has been formed can go for benchmarking on those areas and know how the executive is giving out money to educate their school-going children from standard 1 up to university, free. Madam Speaker, let me say this committee will face it tough because we are receiving only 1 million. Last financial year we received only 800,000. It was not even a million. And 800,000 for award, let me tell you, Madam Speaker, I did calculations. I just left the money to be, the checks to be distributed with the ward administrators. Because I had 3,000 going school children in my ward. When you divide 800,000 by 3,000, then you can see how much money a kid will get. Really, in Machakos, we are not doing well in bursary. Receiving 800,000, 1 million in a year, once in a year. Other counties are giving twice a year. So I hope this committee is going to look at those things which have been making Machakos not to move on well on bursary. Secondly, Madam Speaker, sometimes Machakos, when you have bursary politics coming, Madam Speaker, last bursary we disbursed, we were just learning that the checks have come, they are being distributed, we were not involved. I think it is only members who knows where the kids who serve are from and the families which need more, Madam Speaker, you cannot distribute the bursary equally. There are some kids who come from very poor families, background, who need to get more than the others. So, Madam Speaker, this committee is going to have a lot of work, and I know if they are honest, they are going to streamline the bursary issuance in Machakos. I support the document, I support the committee report because they have done their work. It is now the work of the Bazari Committee to do their part. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. I've been waiting for these regulations. Table officers, please ensure every time we have a motion, all the laws related to that motion are with you on the table, because we are almost voting on the motion and we don't have the regulations. We want to clarify that position so that we don't leave it out. I am being told that the regulations are not available at the moment, and that is not any excuse really. So I'll take it up with the table office later, but for purposes of confirmation on whether it is raising money or requesting for money, that is a matter we agree we confirm on a later date, because it's still hanging. It will be guided by what is in the regulations. So, honorable members, I call upon the mover of the motion to reply. Honorable Kilu, sorry. Yes, you are to say something.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Daniel Kilu from Mudesia Ward. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. And thank you very much, Honorable Ndeti, for stepping in. Actually, my member said information that I was committed elsewhere. It was very important. Honorable Speaker, as I make my comments, let it not go unnoticed that I've done a lot of benchmarking when we were doing about the ECD issue, the feeding program, Mombasa. We went to Kericho and elsewhere. Allow me to say that, Honorable Speaker, you are one of the most keen speakers that I've ever seen. That's number one. Because as I noticed the typo of the members, when one member, number 2, was missing, already you had seen it. So congratulations for that. Number 2, allow me to most sincerely congratulate my team, the members of Education Committee, because they have been participating fully almost in all the sittings. I really missed more than 2 members during those sittings, and therefore I really want to congratulate that group. And that's the reason why, Honorable Speaker, you realize that since the members were so committed, that's why you realize that we had to go further and inquire for more information, simply because you used to go into details of what these members had provided. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I just wanted to stand up and say that I congratulate the members for the job well done. Number 2, allow me also to concur with the majority leader that during my move to these benchmarkings, I realized that some counties give a lot of money for the bursaries, 15 million, 10 million, and so. I tried to inquire from the chief officer on the same. And what I want to promise the House is that we have decided that we have now to hold the committee by horns. We need to sit with the chief officer, the CCM, and those members so that we are able to get enough bursary for our members here. Number 2, we have been issues when it comes to the issue of the bursary. As the majority has said, at the times you are given the bursary at the MCA, at the times it is done by the ward administrators, like the previous one. Even mine was given by the ward administrators because I was not there. So allow me to concur with the members that the shortfalls that are there, we are going to address them, Honorable Speaker. So honorable members, thank you very much for supporting the report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Now, Honorable Kilo, on the point of the role of the ward administrators, you stand guided by what the regulations provide. When I look at them, it's the chief officer who is the secretary to the committee. It doesn't provide whatsoever for a ward administrator. So it's about us doing the right thing because we have the laws. It's about implementing the laws as they are. the composition of the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wanted to say that it was not done the right way.
Yeah, it's not been
Therefore,
done the right way.
my comment is that we are going to correct that.
Now that you have a committee in office.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So, honorable members, I call upon the mover of the motion to reply. Honorable Helen, you're still the mover of the motion.
Madam Speaker, honorable members, I wish to thank each and everyone for your contributions in this very important motion that touches on bursaries for our children. On behalf of the chairman, Honorable Kilu, we appreciate your comments, and whatever other comment might have been discussed, we shall make sure that it is implemented. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Helen Mate. Honorable members, I now put the question that this House discusses and approves the Education Committee report on the vetting of 9 nominees for the appointment to the County Bursary Committee. As many as of the opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, at this point, the sitting is adjourned. It is going to continue on 22nd of September 2021 at 2:30 p.m.